Hey, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life and your host of the I Heart My Life show. This is episode 195, How to Uplevel Your Team Communication, a real-life coaching session with Jenelle Augustin. So Janelle is an incredible founder of a company that helps other women set up online boutique businesses. Her company is called Start Your Boutique. And she's an amazing founder who has actually grown her company to multiple six figures in the last few years. And she now is no longer that solo one-woman show. She actually has a team who she's responsible for, who obviously help her in the business and take off some of the things that are on her plate. And now she's considering how she ups her game when it comes to communication with her team. Does she have meetings? How does she actually move past her dislike of meetings, for lack of a better word? How does she actually make her team members feel special and feel heard? So we're talking about that on today's incredible coaching session. And this is a kind of a hybrid episode as well, because Janelle is going to be sharing some of the wisdom and tips that she has for growing an online business. And one of the things that she practices is something that basically helps her embody the next level version of herself before she even gets there. So she's going to teach you how to do that today. So let's go ahead and dive in. This episode was sponsored by the I Heart My Life Mastermind. The I Heart My Life Mastermind is perfect for you if you already have a business and you're looking to scale. We cover tons of different topics. We cover marketing strategy, revenue planning, team, processes, everything you need in terms of mindset, high performance, really taking care of yourself as well as your business, events, publicity. We literally have 7 coaches under one umbrella to support you and give you the answers to all of your burning questions. We host regular weekly workshops where you get your personal questions answered. We have retreats. You have a private Slack channel where you get to ask questions 24/7. You have an extensive resource bank that helps you put in place our cash method in your own business, and much, much more. This is one of the most inventive programs around. I don't know anyone else offering the service that we provide. So if you are interested in growing your business and transforming your life, definitely book a call with us to learn more. Go to iheartmylifebooking.com and learn more about the I Heart My Life Mastermind. Welcome to the show, Janelle. I'm excited for our time together.
Thank you for having me, Emily.
Of course. So before we get started with your question, can you share a little bit about the work that you do and the amazing business that you run?
So I'm Janelle, and I'm the founder of Start Your Boutique. And my company helps women to launch and grow their online boutiques. And majority of the women who I work with have had this dream forever. So I help them to finally get started on this long-held dream and really start making consistent money with it.
Love it. And how long ago did you start your company?
I started this particular company 2 years ago. Before that, I have been in e-commerce itself for almost a decade.
Wow. Okay. So can you take us back? What was your inspiration for starting this 2 years ago? And what did you want to achieve?
I sold my business. I had sold my bridal accessories business. And I realized during that process that I had made e-commerce so difficult. Like it was struggle after struggle for myself, right? And after, launching that business, I ended up selling it in 7 months after launching it. And I realized that from all of my lessons on my failures, I learned what to do. I did it, and it wasn't even that deep. Like it was super easy is in air quotes. But I just followed a process, and I realized that all of the struggle that I was experiencing all the years before was because I just didn't know what to do. I wasn't looking at the right things. I wasn't tracking the right things. And so I realized that there were women just like me who have an e-commerce business, who know that e-commerce can change their lives, and they just needed the right steps to do.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So talk to us about where the business is at today. I know you've had a lot of growth. We've been working together in the I Heart My Life Mastermind. So things have transformed. You have things that are automated now. So talk to us about where you're at today.
Yeah. So when I started the business, it was like just some blog articles and I was just selling like some vendor lists. And now I have a full group coaching program. The business has grown beyond my wildest dreams for sure, because I didn't have this plan when I started it. So I'm definitely doing multiple six figures in the business. I have a team now. And before it was just me and my computer making it work. And now the growth has been amazing. So the group coaching program has 100 women in it right now. My email list has been growing amazing. And then now I am having some self-study options for people who are not able to get into the group coaching program, but I still want to help them where they are. So that's where the business is, and lots of growth in the future. So I'm super excited, even for 2021.
Yeah. And that's amazing that you've come so far in just 2 years. And a lot of people kind of never get out of that cycle of just doing things themselves. So I know that one of your questions is around leadership and team and all that comes with that, because that's a totally different ball game. So we're going to chat a little bit about that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So tell me your specific question around leadership.
So my team is remote, and I just am struggling with how to make them feel appreciated. So whenever they're doing something that's awesome, I'll let them know that it's amazing, great job, like I really appreciate it. But then I want to know, is there more that can be done? Like, how do I make everyone feel connected? Because it's almost like we're in silos, like I'm speaking to them or I'm speaking to the OBM. But I just want it to feel like a team where everyone feels supported and, are happy in their job pretty much.
Love that. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the communication right now. You mentioned the OBM. So are you mainly speaking to the OBM and then she speaks to the team?
Well, now I am speaking to the various people. So yeah, I'm speaking to everyone just because we made a few changes recently. So I just want to make sure that it's done the way I want it to be done. So I'm speaking to everyone, and our communication channel mainly is Slack. If I want, for me, I have to really speak things out, but then I don't want to have meetings. So we also might use WhatsApp, because WhatsApp has that audio. Yeah. And then we use Asana for Teams as well. So that's our tech stack pretty much for that. But I am speaking to everyone about what it is that they're doing, and then just making sure the standard is up to par before I let it go.
Got it. Okay. So one thing, you said you don't like meetings. So talk to me a little bit about that. What is your feeling about meetings?
I feel like I always get kind of flustered, especially if I'm the one who's supposed to lead it. And so I'm just sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't want to put that on display when I am supposed to be the leader. So it's just because I'm not really comfortable with it, I just try to avoid them, and I just speak to people throughout the day instead of having meetings.
Okay. So what's coming up for you as you say all of that?
It's funny. I've never thought about the reason why I didn't like meetings. And so what came up is I immediately thought, when I said it to you, said it out loud even, how could I prepare myself for the meetings, So that obviously is not something I was making a priority before.
Right. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do. And because I totally get it. I actually don't like meetings because I feel like I don't want to talk to people because I'm an introvert. So I have another reason why I don't like meetings. But someone once told me, she said, let me tell you about the ROI of meetings, and then you're going to love meetings. Okay. And basically there's tons of ROI. Obviously people are able to get on the same page. They know what the goals are. You build that connection. You make them feel seen and heard, just like you mentioned at the beginning of our time together. So what we do is every single month we have an all team meeting. And because you're in the mastermind, I can share the slides that we use. And I actually don't run the meetings. My team member, my director of operations does. Okay. And so you could have your OBM running the meetings, but you could instruct them as to what you want them to share. And so we basically have slides that we run our team through, and it covers celebrations from the previous month. And we actually have each other celebrate one thing about, the whole team. You pick a person and you share what you're celebrating about that person. And then we talk about any team updates, and then we talk about the goals for the month ahead. And so it's a really great way for everyone to get on the same page. And then we also ask if anyone has any questions or if there's any reason why they wouldn't be able to fulfill their job, if there's vacations or anything going on. So it's a really safe space for people to also, share any vulnerabilities or anything that's coming up for them.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. That sounds really good. Okay.
So do you feel that's something you could implement?
Definitely. Absolutely. And that sounds like something I'm excited to actually implement as well.
Exactly. And so it's just you showing up. And like I said, you can lead it or your OBM and just being that bright light and being that person that is inspiring and excited about giving them this information, excited about, like you said, excited about 2021 and what's to come for the company. And I've had team members who have a really small role on our team, like even our copywriter who does mostly just our show notes right now. She joins this meeting and she actually sent us a message saying she was so grateful to be able to be a part of it because it made her feel like a part of the team versus somebody who just gets tasked things, once a week. Yeah. So it really will bring that community together.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the other piece I would look at is how often are you having conversations with team members? And is there a way that instead of speaking to them throughout the day, you could do a quick check-in in the mornings, even if it's just on Monday. I do one with my two key team members on Monday and then Thursday. So basically it's 15 minutes in the morning where we're just, getting really dialed in on what's coming up in the week. And we have a format. Again, I can share that with you, but basically we go through any sort of launches or big projects we have coming up. We go through my personal questions, their personal questions, any issues with team that we need to discuss, any time off for team members that I maybe am not aware of. So we know what everyone's schedule is. And it's super fast, but it's a great way to cut down on the back and forth throughout the day that isn't really necessary. And it's probably not a good use of your time either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I can totally get with that for sure. Okay. Yeah. And so did you say that those are meetings or just check-ins via phone or something?
They're quick Zoom meetings, but you can do whatever you want. You can talk on the phone. I have two people who I meet with. Maybe for you, it's just your OBM. I'm not sure. We can talk about your specific team members, but yeah, I like to do it twice a week. And then, so let's chat about what might work with you. Would it be important? Do you think your OBM is the key person? Is there anyone else you feel like you'd need to meet with?
Yeah, that would be the key person. And then the marketing person.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And because definitely the OBM can just disseminate information to everyone else who's doing tasks. And then the marketing just to make sure we're all on the same page of what the goals are and where the benchmarks and what we're achieving so far. Yeah.
That's awesome. So if you have a lead marketing person, just to kind of back up a little bit on your all team meeting, they could also share a portion of, anything that they feel like they want to share in terms of reporting, what they did last month that worked really well, what's coming up this month. So you could also divide out the all team meeting. And then for your daily meetings or twice a week meetings, you could also split that up a little bit and first talk about overall business management tasks and then move into the marketing for the week. It just depends on how you want to do it.
Okay, cool. That sounds like so much clarity just because now I see how someone else runs it because I, just by being by myself and having help ever so often, it feels completely different than being on the other side and knowing that the goal is to remove myself from the tiny things that need to be there for the business to run, but don't matter to me. So yeah, it feels really good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah. And one other piece to this, one of my previous coaches, he actually runs something daily called a daily huddle. And so as your team expands, you could even do this daily where it's literally 10 to 15 minutes. But he had found that there was just so much chatter back and forth and people asking questions and people not being clear on what was priority for every single day, that them hopping on a call really built camaraderie and it also alleviated some of the confusion that people were facing. So you want to really think about monitoring your day-to-day chatter as well and look at, what questions am I being asked? I literally have an Asana task for myself around what questions I'm being asked, things that I know I need to either better explain or make a video tutorial for, or hand off to somebody else, so that I'm not being inundated with questions on a regular basis. Because, that's something that can often happen when you're the leader of the team and you've been doing everything yourself and you're the one who knows everything.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about the key people on your team as well, so we can make sure we cover all the bases.
So right now I just started working or I asked my husband, so he has his own agency, but now he's also working with me. And so he's doing all the email, the SMS marketing, as well as the content marketing for the business. And then I have a OBM who knows everything about my business pretty much. And then I have a social media manager, and then I have a graphic designer. And then I have a general VA who pops in for all the tech things, any support that we need. And then I have a web developer. So that's the team right
Amazing.
now. Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations on building that out. That's absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Where else do you feel like you want to fine tune leadership or communication within the team?
So what I have, let me just think about what I have. So I used to feel overwhelmed when going to my inbox. So I have someone who literally checks my inbox. I only go into it once a day, and she is giving me, and I only go into it after she tells me what the important emails are. So she puts that to the side, and I only look at those, and then I'm back out, because it's just a ton of email. And then I no longer look at the support inbox. That's actually something you helped me with in the mastermind, because I was like, this is overwhelming and I hate it now. Yes. So I have someone who does all of that. And I feel like what I know the business needs in order to get into the 7 figures for this particular business is just more marketing strategy, right? So what I did even last night was, I have a framework that I use with my students called opt-in. And so it's OPT with objectives, then the projects, and then tasks. And so I did that for Q2 of 2021. And now it's mainly about just the communication, so that all the tasks are always front of mind for everyone, and the deadlines are actually being met. So I feel like that could be solved with the daily huddle that you just now mentioned, because even with the growing pains, there have been times when, for me as a leader, where it's like, oh, I want this, but then I change my mind and I want this. So having to stick with the plan and just see it really full through, but then also make sure that I am communicating what the priority is in order to meet the goal and really hit the actual goals. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a really incredible job. And I love what you just said. Sometimes we do pivot really quickly as visionaries, and we forget that it's not just us in the company anymore. And so we need to let people know that this is actually happening. So that's awesome that you're doing that. So yeah, my recommendation for you would just be to monitor, where you're spending time in conversations and WhatsApp and email and Slack, and how could that be streamlined and moved into a daily huddle. And you can just practice and see what works best for your team. But definitely that monthly meeting is really important. And then I would also look at some quarterly meetings, even if it's maybe an hour with your OBM and your marketing person, and doing more quarterly planning so that everyone is on the same page, because that can be really powerful as well.
Awesome. That sounds good. I think you answered all of my questions about this.
Amazing.
And then obviously, as you said, we can get deeper in the mastermind. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I think that's it. I think you got it. Thank you.
Awesome. So one of the things I wanted you to share before we sign off here is, you mentioned, hitting that 7-figure level, which I love that that's what you're all about. And you actually shared something in the mastermind where you check in with yourself and you ask yourself, what would 7-figure Janelle do? So I wondered if you could share that process with everyone listening, because I think it's so powerful.
Yeah. So in order to be I listened to a meditation before. I don't even listen to it anymore, but the woman had said, you are your future self. Like I am her right now, right? Like I am already 7-figure Janelle. And so that really spoke with me because at the time it was always a dream in the future, right? And so I really wasn't connecting that this is me. It's the same skin, same eyes looking at myself, same bones, same body, right? And so being that I am her, what would she do? And it really just closes the gap between us because from where I am now and where she is, the only thing in the middle is the action that I've yet to take. And so I began asking myself, when I wasn't a 6-figure entrepreneur, what would 6-figure Janelle do? And I did those things. Like it had to be a no-brainer for 6-figure Janelle. If she did it, it wouldn't matter how much it cost. It was like, if she said yes to it, then I did it. And same for 7-figure Janelle. If she said yes to something, a resounding yes, not like something that she had to really think about. It was like, she would do this without a shadow of a doubt. Then I did it. And I'm doing it in order to close the gap between becoming her. So yeah.
That's so amazing. And would you talk a little bit about some of the shifts that you made in terms of mindset or even how you were showing up to hit that multiple 6 figures so quickly?
You know what? I realized that I said yes to more opportunities and I stopped going in my head, like getting in my head about things because a lot of the stagnation people experience is because of overthinking. So like, I just had to stop and just do. So I had to do the things, like literally do the things. Right. And so, then even with hitting more of my monetary goals, it was really about just looking at the data, which is one of the first phone calls we have when I joined the membership, like looking at what actually was working, right? And doing more of it. And even asking more analytical questions and then testing, doing some more testing. If something did work, but it could work better, like what could I do in order to just refine it, right? So all of that, but really the action, like taking action, just like not making any excuses. And then you already know with David Nagel. So I joined something that he had and he was talking about with the subconscious, how it tries to hold you back. And you have to agree, like you have to agree with the subconscious in order to stop yourself. And so I stopped agreeing with my subconscious. And I was like, yo, like, how could you be me, but you're trying to hold me back? Like, you already know what the goals are, but why are you doing this to us? So I like had to stop agreeing with the things that made me feel safe because what I wanted is outside of my realm of safety. You know, it's not what I've ever experienced before. It's not what anyone I personally know has experienced before. So I have to be the one who goes out and gets it, you know? So that's what I have to do is action. It's really action and getting out of my way. Like it's ridiculous when you really think about, you think that you're working smarter, right? I don't like saying working hard, right? But you think that you're working smart and you're doing all the things. When you can look at it, it's like, you're not really doing as much as you could, or you're not doing the best things that you could. So I just have to be real to myself.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this. I'm so excited for everyone to hear this because it's so true. We think it's about another strategy or about a marketing tactic. And, you know, of course, those things are important, but oftentimes it's all within us already. We just need to get out of our own way.
Yes, absolutely. For
Amazing.
Sure.
So where can people find you, Janelle?
So you can find me at Start Your Boutique on Instagram, Pinterest, and that's basically where I am. Clubhouse, I'm Jenelle Augustin, JenelleAugustin. And my website is startyourboutique.com.
Amazing. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited for your 7 figures.
Me too. Thanks, awesome. Emily.
You're welcome. I hope you loved today's episode and found Janelle's story super inspirational. She's definitely an inspiration to me. She is a part of our I Heart My Life Mastermind. So if you are looking to grow your business, definitely check it out. Go to iheartmylife.com/mastermind, or you can book a call to learn more about the program and see if it's the right fit for you by going to iheartmylifebooking.com. We hope you loved this episode. Thank you so much for being an avid listener of the I Heart My Life show. Take a second and leave a review. It would mean so much to us, and we read all of them. And for further inspiration and life and business tips about creating a life that you love and achieving massive success, definitely follow us at I Heart My Life on Instagram and at I Heart My Life Now on Facebook. See you next time.